What's up? My name is Michael Mansell, and today we are going to be taking a look at the iSteady Mobile from Hohem. This is the iSteady Mobile Plus. It is their 3-axis handheld stabilizing gimbal for your smartphone. There are a lot of options out there for gimbals. This one is priced really competitively, so I had to check it out to see if it really is as good as they say it is to compete with some of the other mainstream brands. You're going to get a very nice soft fabric case. Inside of the case, you do get the gimbal itself. You get a tripod, USB cable to charge it. This is just a little mini tripod that goes at the bottom of the gimbal itself, which is nice they include this because this will allow you to set it down when you're not using it, or you want to use some of the tracking features. This just gets screwed on right to the bottom of the 1/4-20 mount, which with the 1/4-20 mount there on the bottom, it will allow you to use this with any other tripod. The gimbal itself has some really nice controls right here that are within reach when you're holding onto it. It's got a nice little joystick D-pad right here, little zoom in and out function, a mode button, a record start and stop button there, and that is also the power button. And then on the side here, you've got your battery indicator to show how much battery you still have left, the trigger button here, which has a variety of uses, which I'll demonstrate here in a second. And then over on this side, we have a 1/4-20 mount with the locking teeth. For some other accessories, you've got a USB Type A and a USB Type C port here. The Type C port is for charging the gimbal itself. The USB Type A is to provide power or charging power to your phone. So you can actually plug your phone in and use the gimbal power. And then right here, we've got the clamp mechanism to put your phone in, some adjustment knobs here for balancing the gimbal itself, and then on top, another 1/4-20 mount. So if you want to put a light or a microphone, you've got another mount there. So I've gone ahead and put my iPhone 14 Pro Max into the gimbal, and it's slotted right in easily and perfectly there. I also balanced it. So to properly balance your smartphone, what you want to do is put it into the grip itself here, and then you're going to adjust this little knob right here. You're going to loosen it up, and then you're going to slide this back and forth until you can hold the gimbal, let go of it, and it doesn't completely go down to the left or to the right. This is going to be the largest iPhone anyway that would be put in here, and on the max setting, it does balance it really well. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect in there, but you want to get it to where it's pretty close to balanced so that the motor doesn't have to work harder than it needs to. Once we have it balanced, then we can push and hold on the power button to turn it on. You can see the lights coming on there, and then it's going to rotate around. And there it goes. Now it has been calibrated and it is operating in gimbal mode, so I can go like this, and the phone itself right here is staying nice and level. And then I can use the D-pad to rotate it around. And it has a really nice smooth motion there. It goes that way, and then I can come around to the other side and rotate it all the way around. You can also go up and down with it to change the up and down axis of the phone. So really simple controls. That's all being done with the little joystick D-pad right here. I also, when I connect this to the app, I'll be able to use the zoom and other functions on here. If I come around here to the app and click on the little shutter button here, it's going to pull up Bluetooth, and there you can see it did pick up the gimbal. So if I click on that, it's going to go ahead and connect. I can click on pair, and now we are paired to the gimbal itself, should be. Let me click on the shutter button again. We're going to say okay to this. And there we go. Now we are in. It's the first time using it. So you can see here, it's just every time you tap the screen, it is just giving you a little heads up as to what's going on. So the mode button recentered it. So let's just go ahead and click on video. And now we're on video, and I should be able to click the record button, and we are now recording. So this is recording. Hey, what's up? 3-axis stabilizing gimbal. As you can see, I'm kind of moving this around and it is staying nice and steady. I can rotate this around, up and down, lots of different directions. This is really user friendly and quite impressive in terms of how easy it is for me to like record this video and operate the gimbal. This is the first time I'm ever using it, so I'm just kind of learning it as I go here, and it's pretty intuitive to just pick up and start using. You can use the zoom function. I love having the zoom right here on the remote itself. Wanted to give you a little visual here. Another feature that I really wanted to try out was called Clone Me, and this will allow you to do between 3 and 7 of your own self in the same image, and it rotates the gimbal and takes individual shots, and it was really fun to do. In the Hohem app, there's panoramic video, there's Clone Me, there's fantastic rotation, there's Inception, smart dolly zoom, regular dolly zoom, smart motion time lapse. The mode button right here changes between these 4 modes right here. So you have pan follow, which is just going to follow the motion of panning left and right. Then you have pan tilt follow, that's that PTF right there. Pan tilt follow, gimbal follow left and right, and also up and down. And then the next mode is lock, and lock means that no matter how I rotate this, the phone is going to stay nice and locked right there. So if you want to stay locked in on an object, that's a good way to do it. They also have a feature called object lock. So you can either lock onto an object or you can lock onto a person. So that's really cool that they have both of those in there. The final mode is the POV, and the POV is going to track all motions. So this is more point of view, thus POV, and no matter how you move this, it's going to be kind of tracking it. You're still going to get the stabilization of the gimbal, but you'll be able to move a lot faster. And then one other note here is that the trigger will also act as a lock. If you double click the trigger, it will bring the phone back to the primary position. So all in all, I think you're getting a ton of value for the price point. At less than $100, you cannot go wrong with the Hohem gimbal. This thing has all the features of the big name brands without the big name price tag. I found the mobile app to be very intuitive, feature rich, and I definitely give a big thumbs up for the Hohem iSteady Mobile Plus 3-axis gimbal. Now, one thing I did notice is that with the super wide angled lenses on the iPhone 14 Pro Max, you sometimes pick up the gimbal motor portion of it right here. And so that's something you just want to be mindful of when you're using the various lenses on here. I haven't been able to test it with other devices or phones, so just make sure that you're not seeing the motor in it or crop that out in post. Not a big deal, but just something to take into consideration is that sometimes you do see the motor in there. So there are links in the description of this video. I appreciate the support on this. Subscribe to the channel. I've got more tech reviews, and I've got a really cool build video coming up here that I'm going to be sharing with you also. So hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next video.